In the cloak of midnight, where shadows swallow light and silence reigns supreme, something ruptures the calm. A deafening wail slices through the stillness. Red alert sirens scream like banshees, shaking the air, sending shockwaves through concrete and bone. Boots slam down, fast and frantic, splashing across rain-slicked tarmac. Echoes of urgency, precision, and raw adrenaline. These aren't just footsteps. They're the thunderous rhythm of an unstoppable machine awakening from slumber. Through the green haze of night vision, the silhouettes emerge. Not men, not mere machines, but living legends of war. The B-52 Stratofortress, an airborne behemoth, a relic of Cold War fury, now reborn for modern battle. Her massive frame looms, silent, for now, but not for long. The air is thick with tension, like the sky itself is holding its breath. Inside the cockpits, switches flick, systems hum to life, and eyes, battle-hardened, cold, focused, lock onto the unknown. Orders are short, voices are tight. The mission is sealed in urgency and shadow. The enemy, shrouded in uncertainty. The risk, sky high. But the response, immediate, ruthless, iron-willed. This isn't a drill. This isn't a test. This is America's sword, unsheathed. And for the first time ever, you're seeing it happen. Real, raw, unfiltered. These moments were buried beneath clearance levels and red tape. But now, they rise. You're not just watching history. You're watching deterrence detonate into action. It began with a whisper in the electromagnetic ether. A ping, faint yet deadly. Deep inside the tactical operations room, amidst the soft glow of monitors and the relentless flicker of radar blips, a single intercepted Houthi transmission changed the night. Coordinates flagged. A launch platform activated. In that instant, speculation vanished. Reality hit hard, and CENTCOM didn't blink. No deliberation, no delay. The command thundered across encrypted lines. Scramble the B-52S, now. As midnight struck, darkness tightened its grip on the base. But not for long. The silence was shattered as humanity's most intimidating flying war machine, the B-52 Stratofortress, shook off its dormancy. An icon of Cold War resolve, a leviathan of long-range destruction, began to stir. Ground crews moved like a living organism, disciplined, rehearsed, relentless. Payloads, deadly and deliberate, were secured with silent urgency. Every click of a latch, every bolt locked into place, was a step closer to possible retaliation. But these weren't just flight crews. They were guardians of escalation control, warfighters bred for zero-margin decisions. Their training engraved deep, their resolve unshakable. No glory, no fame, just classified coordinates and a chilling directive. Show force, deter threat, stand ready to strike. And in those minutes, the quiet base transformed into the front line of global deterrence. Inside the cockpit of a B-52, the atmosphere is electric, sacred. Fingers flip switches with muscle memory precision. The HUD glows to life like an ancient beast awakening. Systems online. Bomb bays sealed with lethal intent. Flaps stretch outward like the wings of a bird of prey. Then, the voice from the tower cuts through the comms. You're cleared for takeoff. And that's when it happens. The air rips. The sound, not just noise, it's judgment. It's the rage of 1,000 missions remembered, of silent deterrence finally being spoken in the tongue of thunder. A sound no enemy can ignore, no ally can forget. One by one, these giants emerge from the darkness. B-52's taxi toward destiny, their engines glowing like fire-forged prophecy. Each exhaust plume distorts the cool night air into molten dreams of dominance. They're not just aircraft, they're floating fortresses, each one carrying over 70,000 pounds of calculated fury. Precision wrapped in power. At 12:14 a.m., with the world asleep and the region on edge, they rise, full throttle. No pause, no forgiveness. These birds weren't built to retreat. Their wings stretch beyond a football field, but tonight, they move with the speed and fury of vengeance unchained. This isn't a takeoff. It's a statement to the world. We're airborne, and we're ready. Now airborne, the mission transforms. From launch to hunt. The vast black void over the Gulf becomes their battlefield, where silence holds secrets and shadows hide danger. Intelligence flows in like a rising tide. Suspected targets shift. Coordinates evolve. Ground sources whisper of launch platforms on the move, mobile, concealed, deadly. The eyes of the B-52s widen, aided by technology sharpened through war. Every scan, every radar return, every flicker on the HUD could be a threat or a trap. This is war in its most advanced form, digital, deliberate, deadly. But these bombers can't reach the lion's den alone. They need fuel. They need lifeblood. Enter the KC-135 Stratotanker, a flying artery of American power. At 25,000 feet, in total darkness, they execute the most delicate maneuver in aerial warfare. Mid-air refueling. Two aircraft, steel giants, just meters apart, locked in a silent dance above hostile territory. A ballet of balance, danger, and split-second precision. Then, contact. A blip on thermal. Unmistakable. Heat, where there shouldn't be. A launcher, a mobile SAM, a decoy. The crew doesn't blink. They analyze, cross-check, confirm. One wrong call, and this mission explodes from covert to catastrophic. Because in this arena, every shadow could be the spark that lights a war.
Climb and maintain level 230, pass getting.
The desert night pulses with unseen danger. Over the sands of the Middle East, something shifts. Surveillance drones, circling high, silent sentinels, lock onto a flicker of motion. Crosshairs narrow, heat blooms. A missile system activates. Not theory, not threat. Confirmed. A radar spike slices through the dark like a dagger. The Houthis aren't blinking. Their systems are live, their intent aggressive, and the world feels it. Carrier groups scramble fighters into the ink-black sky. Regional allies brace. Lines are drawn, and in the space between, the B-52s stand ready. Inside the cockpit, time slows. The pilot's hand hovers millimeters from destiny. No movement, no breath, just silence, and the possibility of unleashing thunder. The B-52, forged in the Cold War crucible, becomes more than metal. It becomes a message. We see you. We are ready. Then, danger erupts. A high-pitched screech. Missile lock. The aircraft lurches violently. This 265,000-pound colossus banks like a falcon under fire. Flares erupt, streaking like molten defiance across the black sky. Inside, hearts pound. Hands react on instinct. Every second stretches into eternity. And then, a voice. False alarm. But the silence that follows is heavier than steel. Because up here, every false alarm feels like the real one. And next time, it might be. The bombers begin their slow arc home. No weapons released, no targets destroyed. Because destruction wasn't the goal, deterrence was. And it worked. The message, though unspoken, rang out with clarity. Cross the line, and you'll face consequences written in fire. Intel confirms it. The Houthi radar platform that once buzzed with aggression has gone dark. Silent. Shut down. No retaliatory launches. No further movement. They heard the roar of the B-52, and they backed down. Above the desert, the stratofortresses glide home like ancient gods returning from judgment. Their silhouettes cut against the early light. A reminder that peace, when preserved through power, leaves no smoking crater, but a tremor in the soul of any would-be aggressor. The return is quiet, almost too quiet. But it's not calm. It's the breath after a held scream. Inside those cockpits, exhaustion, relief, pride. They didn't fire a single shot, but make no mistake. Tonight they waged war in a different way. Not with bombs, but with presence, with pressure, with resolve. And in doing so, they wrote a new chapter in deterrence history. As the crew steps off the aircraft, the first light of dawn spills across the tarmac, casting long shadows and golden silhouettes. Their movements are slow now, not from weakness, but from the weight of what they've just carried. Behind them, the flags snap in the morning breeze, symbols not of conquest, but of commitment. These men and women didn't just fly a mission. They upheld a legacy, one built on decades of vigilance, of precision forged through fire, and of peace earned by standing unflinchingly at the edge of conflict. Because the B-52 isn't just a bomber, it's a monument with wings. A weapon, yes, but also a warning, a shield, a guardian of deterrence. Tonight was more than a mission. It was a statement, loud, clear, and unmistakable. We do not sleep. We do not hesitate. And when threats rise in the dark, we rise higher. And so, while most of the world sleeps, unaware of how close the line truly came to breaking, there are always those who stay awake, in silence, in shadows, in stratofortresses. They say legends fade, that old war machines belong in museums, not midnight skies. But tonight, you saw the truth. Would you trust your life to a 60-year-old bomber, roaring through hostile airspace, engines screaming, carrying a message meant for enemies and allies alike? Because the US Air Force still does. And every time one of these titans lifts off, they gamble nothing less than global stability. So, what do you think? Is the B-52 still the ultimate guardian of peace, or has its time passed? Let us know in the comments below. Drop your thoughts, debate the future, challenge the past. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because this is just the beginning. This is Eagle Takedown, where real missions become history. Stay sharp, stay tuned, and remember, some battles are fought long before the first shot is ever fired.